All right, guys, we are live at Framing the World with a very special live stream. Today we're going to be talking with Pastor Roger Jimenez and his wife about their new book, The Adventures of Herb Meyer. And so you can go get this book at framingtheworld.com. It's an awesome book, guys. I love reading it to my kids. I've definitely read it to them a few times now, and they love it every time I read it to them. And so I really hope you go and support this book at framingtheworld.com. You can get yourself a copy today, and we'll get that sent out to you as soon as possible. But today we're going to be talking to Pastor Jimenez and his wife about the family, about the home, and if you want to call in and ask any question you want to them, feel free to call in at 480-519-4999. That's 480-519-4999. And so feel free to call in, ask a question, and they'll do their best to answer it. Today's Framing the World live episode is brought to you by Our House. Our House is an online homeschooling community focusing on education for the whole family. Check out ourhousehomeschooling.com for free resources, videos, and more. If you would like your business featured on our show, please email us at live@framingtheworld.com for sponsorship opportunities. Keep in mind this show is not monetized, so if you have found value in our content, please consider giving value back by either sponsoring, donating to our website, or purchasing something from our store. Your contributions keep us going, and I appreciate it. So head over to Our House right now. Make sure to click on the subscribe button there, guys, and support them. It's definitely a great YouTube channel, and I really hope she gets a lot of subscribers because she is doing awesome work over there at Our House. And so today's show is going to have a ton of different giveaways. We're going to be giving away 4 of these Herb Meyer books, 4 of these at the end of the stream today. Plus, we're giving away this whole stack of material. And so the way to get you entered into the drawing, guys, is to support us on Patreon and to support the store by ordering something off the store. So if you order anything off of framingtheworld.com today, or if you even pre-order this book at framingtheworld.com, or if you become a Patreon supporter for $1 a month, you'll be entered in for a chance to win this stack of material. And so if you say, hey, I already am a sponsor of yours on Patreon, make sure to just up it by $1 and you'll be entered in for this awesome giveaway today. And so I'm just going to go over a few things that we're going to be giving away. Again, we're going to be giving away 4 of these Herb Meyer Herb Learns Obedience Book 1 books. So 4 of these are going to be given away. We're going to be giving away a Faithful Word Hymns Volume 2 CD. We're going to be giving away Faithful Word Christmas Carol CD. We're going to be giving away a Guyana CD, DVD, I mean, that we did a few years back about our mission trip to Guyana. We're also going to be giving away a Jamaica missions DVD. And so these are, this is a 2-disc DVD set or 3-disc DVD set. So it's a lot of great content there. Also, we're going to be giving away a citrus peeler. And so if you have any oranges or something, it really is an awesome peeler to peel oranges. Again, we're going to be giving away some rare trading cards that are totally collectible and a one-time only purchase here. So if I run out of these, we're not ever printing these again. So these are definitely a collectible item. And this is rare printing card trading cards. And so if you want to get these Framing the World trading cards, this is 2018 Series 2 trading cards. We're going to be giving away this whole box here on the program. And if you want to get one of these boxes, again, guys, go to the website, framingtheworld.com. You can place an order for these and be entered into for a chance to win another box. Also, we're going to be giving away Pastor Roger Jimenez's trading card, his rookie card. And also, we're going to be giving away Pastor Jimenez's portraits card. So these cards can be found if you purchase the box of the trading cards. We're also going to be giving away that. We're going to be giving away Mrs. Anderson's Busy Family Menu Planning book. So it's a nice spiral-bound book. I believe it's like $35 or $30 if you buy it from the store. So this is definitely great to get. And we're also going to be giving away Miss Anderson's new book, Around the World, Country by Country, Read Yourself an Education book. And so we're going to be giving away one of these as well. So a lot of giveaways we're doing today. And the way to get them, again, guys, is order anything off of the store. And then also, if you order anything from Patreon, you'll be entered in for a chance to win. And then at the end of this stream, we're going to randomly, out of a random numbers generator, spin the wheel. And whoever it lands on, we'll send it to them for free. We'll pay for the shipping and everything. So I really hope you decide to support us on Patreon. Support us through the website, guys. This show is not monetized. I've been completely demonetized on this channel, and so I really count on you guys to pay the bills. So if you can, please consider donating. Please consider supporting us on Patreon. You know, it doesn't seem like $1 is a lot, but if I could get all you guys out there listening to just support me for $1 a month, make a huge impact on my life. So I really hope you consider doing that. Again, we have Pastor Roger Jimenez and his wife on the show, and we're going to be talking about this book and taking questions. And so, yeah, it's going to be great. We have Dustin Lone in the house as well, and we have Ramon that's going to be helping out today for this stream. And so, Dustin, you want to just say something real quick about the stream here today, and let us know your thoughts about what's going to be happening today?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. So you can call in if you have any questions. We're going to have Pastor and Mrs. Jimenez with us by Skype. So if they're willing, we can take some calls there. And we also have our email. So that email is live@framingtheworld.com. You can go ahead and send it. We'll be monitoring. You can send an email with any questions. If you'd like to, we'll be keeping our eye on that. So while we're speaking with Mr. Pastor Jimenez and Mrs. Jimenez, we'll take any questions there from the email, and of course we'll be looking at the chat too. So if you have anything you want to say to them, if you have any questions, but we will talk to them about the book that they put together, which is a good little book. Paul mentioned it. I've only read it one time, so I feel like I should do better. I'm gonna have to read it again.
No.
But one of the it's an easy read. You know, it's a great idea. I think it's a wonderful idea. And another thing I want to mention is they've been doing these puppet shows on YouTube, which is really good because it's really geared towards the younger children, and it's kind of hard sometimes to relate to the youngest children, and it's a good foundation for them. So. Yeah, I like the puppets, and
yeah, it's a great idea. I think they're just knocking it out of the park with this, and so I'm excited to talk to them today. And so call in, guys. Make sure you call in and ask them a question. Keep it to the home. Keep it to family-related questions. No coronavirus talk. Good night. And yeah, but it's gonna be a great stream, and we also have Ramon in the house today, so he's helping out with the soundboard and throwing up some graphics and stuff. So we're slowly trying to get this studio working right and better, and so I appreciate your patience with us. But yeah, it's turned out good, man. So Pastor Mez is going to be on the line here in a few minutes. But
yeah, you just tell me when to call them, and I'll go ahead and do that. And
yeah, I mean, we can call them in a minute or two. Whatever.
Okay. One of the things I want to mention is, you know, you want to keep reading the back of the book. It has a little quip about Mrs. Jimenez and Pastor Jimenez. So when you're reading to the kids, because once you get the kids involved in reading, they'll go all the way through. You can read the table of contents sometimes, you can read. And so it does have the Bible Way to Heaven in the back. So it's a good way to just go through and just read them Plan of Salvation again. You can't give that to them too many times. And kids will, their minds are so open when they're getting a book, it won't be long before the kid's going to read it to you. Even if they can't read, they're going to give you they'll be able to finish your sentences for you. So it'll be good to share the gospel with them that way also. So it's a really great way between the puppet show and the book. We're here to talk more about the book, but I'd love to know about their puppet show also. It's a nicely produced little videos they've put out. I think they've done their third one. I think the third one just came out today. I saw the notification, but
I saw it too. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but if you go over to their YouTube channel, and don't you have that pulled up there, Ramon? Yeah, if you go to their YouTube channel, you'll be able to Help for the Home. You'll be able to check out those episodes there. So yeah, go ahead and call them up, Dustin, and let's get this going here. But again, guys, if you want to call in, it's 480-519-4999. Now, this phone can receive text messages as well. So if you have a text question, just shoot us over a text, and we'll try to get that question answered for you. But yeah, you can do that. You can send a text, you can call, you can email. I mean, we're trying to make it easy for you guys.
Okay, Paul, I've got him on the line here.
All right, hold on one second. All right.
Okay. Yes,
we do.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Can
okay.
you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Nice setup you got there. I'm going to get my face off the screen, so you're just going to be looking at maybe one of Paul's kids. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So,
it should really.
That's what it looks like behind the scene, everybody.
Yeah.
Some back screen stuff there. All right. So, hey, Pastor, Mrs. Jimenez, it's great to have you with us tonight. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And we're here to talk to you about the Herb Meyer book, The Adventures of Herb Meyer, Herb Learns Obedience, Book 1. So do you guys have many books planned out? Is this is the first of a series, I suppose?
Yes, absolutely. It's Book 1 of hopefully several books that we're planning on making. And we want to start off by having maybe 5 or 6 that are going to deal with character. So, for example, this one was Herb Learns Obedience. We're already working on Book 2. Actually, Book 2 is already written. My wife's already done with it. I'm just not done with all the drawings. But that one's going to be Herb Learns to Not Complain. And then we're going to have Herb Learns, about being honest, and several ones like that. And then once we're done with that, maybe 6 kind of like those. And we also want to do one about salvation for children and also baptism, explaining baptism for children. So that's kind of the plan.
That's wonderful, because it allows the parents to engage with their children on subjects in a different context than you need to obey me, right? It's like a lot of times the obedience lessons comes when they're being disobedient, and then you have to, you have to regain the territory and bring the ground to the subject, and it's not usually when the child's receptive. So, after their bath and they've had a full belly and you're settling down for bedtime or before a nap, it's a really great time, because then that's when the kids are most receptive, and it's not about, you're trying to force something on them. You're just reading a book, and it's a really great way to bring these subjects to the children. So I'm looking forward to the entire series, and I just wanted to commend you for the idea. And so, Mrs. Jimenez, I suppose this is your idea?
Yeah, well, it's kind of ours together. We came to the idea years ago that we had wanted to write children's books. And we got really serious about it maybe a year ago. And, we started writing about a year ago. I would say about 5 months ago is when we started to get serious and try to get it finished up. So, yeah.
So about a year ago we started, but we were kind of off and on.
Yeah.
And then about 5 months ago, we're like, okay, let's get this done.
Yeah.
So, but we've been talking about writing writing children's books for years.
Yes.
So it's something we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
So Paul's offering this for sale at Framing the World, but you have a website, correct?
Yes, yeah. So of course, you can purchase it on Framing the World. And then if you want to check out our website, which is herbmeyerbooks.com, we have different things on there as well. You can buy it there also. But something we have there is we have coloring pages for kids from the book that parents can print, and it's free. So, I know my kids, they love to color. So if you're looking for some coloring pages to go along with the book, you can find those at herbmeyerbooks.com.
Nice. Well, tell me about your drawing skills here, Pastor. I didn't know that you had it in you.
Well, I don't.
He does.
When I was a kid, I drew a lot. It was probably my number one thing that I did. If you talk to my parents, I was just drawing all the time. And I was drawing not nice, beautiful art. I was drawing little cartoony things like the things you find in this book. Actually, when I was a kid, for a long time, if you asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up, one of my goals was to be a cartoonist. I wanted to work for like a newspaper and draw like the Garfield type cartoons, which obviously, I got older and I grew out of that. But it's drawing something I did for a long time. So when I was a kid, when my wife, when we started talking about children's books, and of course she's a writer, so she wanted to write it. It just made sense for me to do the illustrations, and obviously we could have paid a much better artist to make much better illustrations, but we wanted to do it together. So, and they're just little cartoony type turtles, but
yeah. Well, maybe you can improve a little bit. Not saying that you need to, but if you look at the old Mickey Mouse, and then over time it became a much more detailed type of drawing. So people can say they were with you in the beginning when Herb Meyer was a little bit more rudimentary, and then it's one of those things that you had a dream when you were a child and you just gave it up and you said, I'm going to serve the Lord. And then he goes, here you go. You get it.
Yeah,
you get to do it. Better than you can imagine.
Right. It was something I wanted to do when I was a kid. And it's funny because I get to do it now. Definitely I think I'll get better. What's funny, because I hadn't really drawn for years. So when I started drawing again for the book, I had to pick it back up, so I think even like the drawings I'm doing now for book 2, I feel like are better than book 1, and I'm sure they're going to continue to get better. I mean, it's a children's book, so we want it to be cartoony, but I'm just, we wanted to do it together as a project together.
That's good. I'm glad that you guys have done it. So we've got Pastor Jimenez and Mrs. Jimenez with us live, and we're going to, if you have any questions, just send them into live@framingtheworld.com, or you can ask us in the chat here on the YouTube chat here, the live stream, or call us at 480-519-4999. I suppose Rowan's up there. He's going to be manning the phone, so call in and ask any questions. Now, you mentioned, because Herb Meyer, he's just a family kid, right? He's just got his family, and it's just going to be kind of like at home around the, kind of like Berenstain Bears. You got like a brother and a sister and ma and pa and those types of things. But this is clearly more, it's got the scripture in it, and then so there's scripture references, and then the lesson that goes along with it, and things that kids can relate to. So what's the grade level, or what's the age level that you're after, or what do you think is the most who would this be most geared toward?
Well, I feel like even my 10 and 12-year-olds will listen to this story, so I would say maybe 12 and under would engage in it, like it. Yeah. So I mean, I even enjoy kids books still, so
So in the future, you said you're going to do a baptism, and what was the other one that you mentioned?
Salvation.
Oh yeah, of course. I like this because I read it to my 3-year-old the other day, and I ran through the Bible Way to Heaven on the back, so. She knew what I was up to, but she still sat and listened. She knew the story was over, and she's like, "Wait a second, this is church stuff. I know what you're doing." But it's good because I think I look forward actually to that, because it would be a really good way for let me just ask you: do you have a game plan? Do you have a storyboard for that one?
Well, not
For the salvation.
for the salvation. Yeah. We've talked about it. I mean, do you want to?
Yeah, so it's basically Herb, because Herb's about 8 years old, so he most likely is already saved in the book. So it's going to be his sister Emily, who's about the age of 5, that's going to be getting saved in that one. So we'll probably have like the mom or the dad talk about salvation, maybe even Herb talk about salvation to Emily. So
throughout the story,
we haven't
written that one obviously.
We just kind of talk about it. Yeah.
Well, I was just kind of curious, how you would do that.
Yeah.
She's gonna get, the gospel explained to her, and we haven't figured out exactly how we're gonna do it, but she's gonna get saved.
Yes.
And then the book after that, hopefully, she's gonna get baptized.
Right. Yeah.
So, 2 major lessons for kids, obviously. But yeah, what I like, you mentioned the Bible's Way to Heaven, and I've never known of a children's book, and maybe there is one out there. I've just never heard of one that has the Bible's Way to Heaven at the end. So that's something we wanted to do, and because it's not only is it good for Christian families that are already, in a good church and under good preaching, and just giving them something that they can use in their home. But what I like about it is that it can also be a tool, because a lot of people have family that is not saved, and you might have a brother or sister that's not saved, but that also means that you may have a niece or a nephew that's not saved, or grandchildren that aren't saved, or whatever. So this can also be a non-hostile tool that you can use, just a tool, obviously, to be able to kind of get the gospel into the hands of unsaved families. So I like that as well. But the primary purpose is to teach biblical character traits to children, which is why when we mentioned that we'd been working on this for about a year. And actually, my wife, originally, she wrote the story, and I think it was probably a little longer, right, than it is now. She wrote the story as just a story, and I started working on the illustrations, and then we got the idea that, wouldn't it be cool if it rhymed? So then she kind of started over and took the same story, but she made it rhyme. And then on top of that, what I really like about it is that even though the entire book is a rhyming story, kind of like a Dr. Seuss type, children's book, what I really like is that there's this little poem that's emphasized throughout the story, and that's really the lesson for the book. So every book is going to have a little poem like this, even though the entire book is written rhyming, so in a rhyming form. For example, the book 1, the poem is "God wants me to obey my parents right away with a good attitude," says Ephesians 6 verses 1 and 2. So that's emphasized throughout the story. It's kind of the lesson that Herb learns. So we're hoping that kids are going to read this, or parents are going to read it to their kids over and over again, and they'll remember that, and it'll be something that gets engraved in their minds and in their hearts. So every book is going to have its own little lesson. And like I said, book 2 is already done. It's about complaining, and that's kind of the goal that we have with that.
Nice. So you've got also a puppet show. I don't think we plan to talk about that as much as the book, but you guys are doing work on many fronts with these children and engaging them.
Right. So what we did was, we have our church has its main Verity Baptist Church YouTube channel. I think right now we've got like 8,600 subscribers or something like that. And we're obviously actively trying to build that channel up. And that's the church's channel where my preaching goes and all that. But recently, just really, I think maybe right around when this whole coronavirus thing happened, not because of the coronavirus, we were already planning on doing this, but we started a new channel. And it's called Help for the Home. And it's a channel that my wife and I are putting content on. And we didn't want it to feel like the Verity Baptist Church channel. So my preaching's not going on it or anything like that. We're just making videos that are just meant to be help for the home. So, for example, there's a video on there where my wife is giving me a haircut, and she's giving like a haircutting tutorial. So, that was pretty timely for the lockdown where people can't go get haircuts, And then what else have we done? You did one about the in-home PE class. And so we've done some videos like that. And then on there, we've been doing a puppet show. So every week we've put out a puppet show. We actually just released episode 3 just a few hours ago. So if you go to helpforthehome.com, you can watch the puppet show. And the puppet shows are this. And I'll let my wife talk more about it, but it's my wife and my daughter interacting with these puppets, and it's the same thing. They're learning lessons from the Bible, and like, for example, the episode we just released, episode 3, was learning about creation. So they go through the creation story in Genesis 1, and they break down all the days and what was created on the first day, on the second day, and the third day. And then there's a lesson, there's a memory verse, and a lesson that goes along with that.
That's pretty high-tech stuff. I was impressed when I first saw it. Where'd you get the puppets from?
We ordered the puppets from
like puppetshow.com or something like that. Puppet.com, something like that.
The funny thing is, we already had planned to do this. So like when we started doing a weekly puppet show during the coronavirus, during the lockdown, but we actually had already ordered the puppets when this all went down. So it was something that we were already planning on doing. It is pretty high tech. We have Brother Oliver, who's on our staff here. He does all the editing for it. So like we have a green screen that we use, so you see the backdrops changing. And when my wife's going through the lesson, day 1, day 2, day 3 of creation, the backdrop's changing to match those days and what was created on those days. And then even the story, because there's always a story with the puppets where they learn a lesson. And that requires a little bit of special effects where, for example, in episode 3, because they learned about creation and then they memorized the verse, they learned the verse about how the entire world belongs to the Lord and how, and then, of course, in the creation story, they learn about how God gave us dominion and we're stewards. So one of the puppets, litters in the episode and throws their wrapper on the ground. So all of that is done through, special effects, and seems like people are liking it, so we're excited for that.
Looks like a lot of fun too. So are you planning on doing any stuff in Spanish like this for Spanish speaking children?
It's funny. I just mentioned to my wife that we could probably do something in Spanish. I think we're trying to just get Help for the Home YouTube channel is pretty new. I mean, it's growing. I think it has 2,200 subscribers or something like that, and we just launched it like 4 weeks ago. So it's growing. I think we want to get it all dialed in and just kind of get our routine going, and then we might be able to translate some of it into Spanish and get some Spanish shows up. Probably the same shows, just dubbed into Spanish. And then as far as the book, somebody asked us about doing a Spanish version. The only concern that we would have is that the entire book rhymes. So writing it in Spanish, you might lose the rhyming aspect of it. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, all things to those who wait, right? So if it's the right thing, it'll come together, and you'll have the foundation for what you're doing. So it's really good to see you just start, and then it kind of just follows after. So just if you're joining us just now, we're speaking with Pastor Roger Jimenez of Verity Baptist Church in Sacramento, California, and his wife, Mrs. Jimenez. And she's the author and he's the illustrator of The Adventures of Herb Meyer. And we're going to be giving away several copies, I think 4 of these, to Paul. Please help me with the criteria for this.
Yeah, so basically to win one of these giveaways, all you have to do is order anything off of the store and you'll be entered in for the drawing. And also, if you subscribe to our Patreon account, you'll be entered in. So all you have to do is give $1 a month and you'll be entered in.
So we'll have 4 drawings.
Yeah, and we're going to give away
5 drawings.
All these things at the end of the stream. So stay with us here, and we're going to be giving away, I don't know how many things, but a lot of things at the end of the stream.
Okay, and there's going to be 4 copies of these books, and then we're going to have then we're going to have like a master bundle, right?
No, they're all individual.
Oh, we're just going to be spinning that wheel for a minute.
We're going to be spinning and spinning and spinning.
Okay, Sheila Jackson's in the chat, and she said she upped her Patreon. Will I be entered for the drawing? I suppose that's right.
Yes, yep.
And how did you come up with the name Herb Meyer?
Okay, So I actually, when I was 10 years old, for Christmas, I really wanted a box turtle, and my parents got me a box turtle, and his name was Herb Meyer. And he actually did have a sister whose name was Emily, but she got really sick, so we had to return her. So, but I had Herb Meyer for 6 years. He died when I was 16. He was a baby turtle, and he was just kind of really sickly the whole time I had him. So there was a lot of taking him to the vet and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, so he's inspired from your youth. Awesome.
Yeah,
exactly. So just want to remind everybody also that our show is sponsored by Our House, which is a YouTube channel. Mrs. Karen Rodriguez, she is kind of a Renaissance woman. I don't know what she can't do, but she is doing all kinds of stuff. She's very productive, and she's very efficient. And I don't know what she's done in her life, but currently she's throwing YouTube videos up. It looks like every day, it seems like. And it's all about homeschooling and stuff for the home, too.
Yeah, so make sure you guys support her. I just put the link to her in the chat. So go over there and subscribe to her channel right now, and let's try to raise that subscribing level.
I remember when she kicked off that channel, and she's just been growing, putting out content, and that's all you need to do is get the content out there, and it'll find the people. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to share with us. I don't know how much we can really say about a little children's book. I don't want to give too much away. I think everybody should get a copy and have it. Give it away to your friends and your neighbors. Maybe grab like 5 of them. They're not expensive, and you can just have them on hand, and you can, next time you're kind of short for that birthday party gift, you can give one of those away. I think that would be good to do. And like they said, Pastor Jimenez said, if you have extended family or friends and you want to be able to, in a not direct way, maybe they're not directly, maybe they've not been interested in your religion, you've already tried to open the door, but it's not entirely open, you can just give them a gift, and hopefully the Lord and his holy word can soften their heart by just reading this simple little children's story to their children. Pastor, what would you like people to know from here?
Yeah, I mean, I think, as far as the book, we appreciate everyone who's supported it. I mean, we've actually, it's doing well as far as we've sold a lot of copies, and people are ordering it and stuff. And so if you don't have it, one of the reasons we wanted to write a children's book is because actually my wife had gone on a trip to a local area here in Northern California called Apple Hill. And it's a nice place, like a woodsy place, but they have this, what would you call those?
Like little craft displays.
Yeah, they have these craft displays. And when she was there, she met an older couple that was selling books that they had. Same thing. I think the wife had written them, and the husband had done the illustrations. They were older, and they had a little craft display area, and they had all these little books called Button the Mouse. And she bought them. You think about the whole series, right?
About a few of them, yeah.
And they were Christian. They didn't really talk about the Bible, but they had like the couple said they were Christian, and they had like the Christian kind of character traits. But we really liked those, and we went back to Apple Hill trying to find that couple, and they were gone. And they were elderly, so they might have passed. I actually even tried to reach out to them through their website, but I never got a response. But what we wanted to do was create a children's book, because it's difficult to find Christian children's books that, number one, are using the King James Bible, and then that are not teaching heresy. So that was kind of our goal, is to have books and create books that independent fundamental Baptist, conservative Christians can use. And also, without giving too much away of the story, Herb is homeschooled. It's obvious from the story that he's homeschooled. It's obvious from the story that he gets spanked, although he doesn't get spanked in this story specifically, but it's obvious from the story. So it's a lot of things that are like us, as far as our type of family. So if that's you, if you're listening to this live stream and you're conservative Christian, fundamental Baptist type Christian, this is definitely a book that is going to be up your alley. And then, like I said, it's great for anyone, because even if you give it to families of people that don't go to church, it's obviously good for those kids to learn about obedience and honesty and not complaining and all of that. And of course, right now we're not having services that are really open to the public, but once church opens back up, we're going to have these for free at Verity Baptist Church, and people can pick them up for free as well. So, we're excited that it's been received well. And yeah, we are on our way. Book 2 is already written. I just need to finish up the illustrations. Hopefully I can get that done in the next several weeks, and we'll be releasing book 2 soon. And we're hoping to release book 3 and book 4 and book 5, and something that just kind of an ongoing project we're doing.
Then you can bundle them in like a volume, like you said. Do volume 1 with is it like with the green banner, and then maybe get the blue banner with a different theme? Is that what you're thinking, or something? Or
yeah, something like that, exactly.
So I hope my church picks up some of these, because when we go out soul winning, we put things in the bag, and so it would be a good thing as a gesture to say, hey, you've got these kids, and we're a friend of mine wrote this book, and it's really great for kids, and you can just kind of give it to the child, and the kid can look at the book while you're giving the parent the gospel. Or if you get somebody saved, you can pull out the book, and it would be a wonderful gift. And then obviously you want to give them Bible too, but it's another kind of an icebreaker or something to, because everybody loves a gift, and when you can do it with, when you sincerely want to give somebody something that you value, it's something that goes a long way. So it helps deepen that experience and make a greater memory of the day that they got saved, or something like that. So people are asking about the puppets, and one of the questions we got is, are the puppets modeled after you?
No, not really. You know who they're modeled after? I don't know if my wife wants to go into this, but for years my wife has she's a storyteller. She tells stories. I'm always amazed how she can come up with these stories just that she tells our kids. So they she reads a lot to the children, books, chapter books and things like that. But then she also tells them stories, and in these stories there's always siblings that basically represent our kids, but there's always one that's really bad, and it's usually the youngest one. So for example, the one that the baby who isn't old enough to be embarrassed yet. So for example, right now in her stories, the baby is Molly, right? Molly's a baby.
Stinky.
No, Stinky. Yeah. I'm sorry, Molly was the last villain. Now it's Stinky. Yeah. Stinky's the baby, which is Hannah, and Stinky's always getting into trouble. So actually, when we first started doing the puppet show, she wrote the script for it, and it was a good script. I mean, it was fine. But then we had this idea: what if we made Amy, which is the younger girl, the puppet, what if we made her more like Stinky or like Molly, where she's kind of the troublemaker a little bit? So I think people really enjoyed that. We get a lot of comments and feedback that everybody loves Amy, that Amy's hilarious, because in episode 3, she's littering, which is a common thing that kids do. You give them you give them candy and they throw the wrapper on the floor. They need to be taught to not do that. So that's what Amy does. In episode 2, she's throwing a fit. And the funny thing about her fit is that she announced it.
Right. I remember.
She was asked about it, and she said, she explained, I'm throwing a fit. And so it was kind of funny. And so Amy's a little bit of the troublemaker, although Freddie got into some trouble in this last episode too. He was trying to get a view of some birds, and he almost killed them. But so they're not really modeled after our children, but they're modeled, or after us or anyone specifically, but they're modeled after the characters in these stories that my wife tells the kids to entertain them. So, and she does the same thing with them. She's always teaching them lessons about obedience or whatever. So that's kind of where we got the idea.
Yeah, that's the thing is you don't have to pay them any sort of royalties if your kids are just giving you these great ideas and you're like, look at that, I'm taking that. That's gold right there. So some questions.
The great thing about the puppet show too is that we're doing it with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, my wife is she's on the show, as herself, and then my daughter's on there as herself. But then my two sons and myself are doing the puppets. So it's kind of a family project. And of course, Brother Oliver's helping us with the recording and the editing. But it's fun because my wife's been writing the scripts and we practice them at home and then we record them. And it's been kind of a family thing. So we've really enjoyed it.
Have you learned to talk without moving your lips yet?
No, not yet.
Aspirations, no. You'll get there. So,
yeah.
So if somebody's aspiring, the question here is, how do you get started? Well, two questions. I think it's the same person. How do you get started publishing kids' books? Or I guess that's the same question twice. Self-publishing. Do you have a publisher?
I'll let my wife answer that, but let me just say this. It's super complicated. It's like really complicated to figure it out. Yeah. We spent a lot of hours figuring it out. I think once we have a whole series of children's books, then my wife might write a book called How to Publish a Children's Book because it was kind of complicated. But I'll let my wife.
So we self-published, which means you have to do all the work. So we just looked at a lot of different websites where we could print the book. So it's our responsibility to basically, do the writing, the editing, the formatting, the layout, and they literally just print the book. And so a lot of websites, you go on there and they're trying to charge you like $10 or $11 just to print the book. And it's a kid's book. You can't sell it for, that high of a price. So the company that we went with to print the book is called Book Baby, and they gave us kind of a really good deal. You talked to them, and he was able to talk them down a little bit too. They gave us free shipping, which was nice. So yeah, is there anything I should?
Yeah, I mean, basically, my wife wrote the story, mm-hmm. and then once she wrote the story, we kind of got an idea of like what would page 1 be, page mm-hmm. 2, page 3, page 4. Then I drew it. So, and I didn't cheat and use any computer or software to, make it look great, which is why it looks like this. Okay. But, I just drew them. They're hand-drawn pictures with markers and whatever.
And
hand-colored. And, but then, and this is where Brother Oliver came in. He helped with, I would basically scan the pictures onto our computer just as a JPEG, and then he helped us format it. So mm-hmm. he would take the pictures and the script, and he put it on a JPEG, on a PDF, excuse me. And then whatever company you choose to do the publishing, they'll provide like the templates or whatever. So templates for the cover, the templates for the pages.
And then they also provide the ISBN number, so you can purchase an ISBN number from them, and that's this thing. For those of you who don't know. And basically that's your copyright.
So that kind of identifies the book as yours. Mm-hmm. And so we once we got the company we wanted, mm-hmm. Then you just send them PDF files of everything and you print the book. So for example, we had one printed and sent to us mm-hmm. Before we put in the big order, just to physically look at it, make sure we liked it and everything. And then we put in the big order and got it. So it's a little bit of a process, and it's kind of complicated, but it can be done. So obviously we did it. So
Jimenez has done she's done the PE class that somebody commented on, and somebody's asking. Well, there's two related questions. Is Michael Cruz is asking for Daniel Cruz, wants to know when Mrs. Joann will have her next PE class.
I don't know. We'll probably work on that maybe next week. Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about doing another PE class. We'd like to do maybe so the PE class, what it is, it's an in-home PE class if you haven't mm-hmm. seen the video, and it's meant to be something you can do at home. So we have a homeschool group here at Very Baptist Church. I think
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's divided into groups. So we have like an older boys and older girls, and then the younger kids are all together. And so I teach the younger kids class. And so it's really just like fun stretches, songs, and exercises.
So basically, what my wife did, what we had this idea, since everybody's locked down, that she could basically do a class with our daughters. So she did it with all our younger girls, which would be kind of the girls that would be in her class during our PE time anyway. And then she did that on video, so that way people can have it. Because like I said, we have a homeschool group that, I don't know, has like 60 kids.
Yeah, I think there's 68 kids.
68 kids in our homeschool group, which are not having PE right now because of the lockdown. So we wanted to provide something to help them get some of the energy out and all of that. So she did one, and then we'd like to do maybe 2 or 3 more that people can use to kind of do an in-home PE class. And same with the puppet show. It's just something entertaining for kids to be able to watch at home, and they're learning about a Bible lesson, they're learning a memory verse, they've got a fun song. So we're just trying to do things to help the home, help for the home. That's the goal.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you doing this live stream with us. I want to promote the book as much as possible. It's a great book. My kids love it, and I just think it's a great idea. But if you're just tuning in right now, we're talking with Pastor Roger Jimenez and his wife about their new book, The Adventures of Herb Meyer, book 1. And so make sure to go to framingtheworld.com and get that book today. Also, if you want, we're doing a giveaway at the end of this stream. So if you want to be entered into that giveaway, all you have to do is support us on Patreon, just $1 a month, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win a variety of different things. Or you could just buy anything off the store, and you'll be entered into the drawing. But I wanted Ramon to just tell us kind of who's on the list so far. If you don't see your name, make sure you write in the chat your name. We'll double check here.
All right, so far we've got 16 people, so thank you for your donation. We got Ophelia, Robin, Wendy, Sheila, Jamie B, Frank, Yudmila, Dieter.
I'm just glad you're doing this.
Miguel, Kelly, Edward, Ramon, Morgan, Thomas, Yvette.
Oh, you added yourself.
Yeah, I upped my Patreon, man. And then I got Jamie R.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate everyone supporting us. We love doing these streams. We want to keep doing these, and that definitely helps us a lot. And so keep supporting us on Patreon, guys, and we'll be giving away stuff at the end of this stream. But do we have any more questions from the chat, Dustin?
I kind of have a question about your puppet show. The puppet show is like this.
Yeah, the puppet show's awesome.
The book, you read the book, but the puppet show is so dynamic. But the puppet show, is that something you planned on in the beginning, just to have like a little where you set up a little stage at the church or something, and to have like live puppet shows? Is that the original idea, and then it became this video series? Or was it
no,
okay.
The plan was always to do a video series because of the fact that we knew we wanted to like edit it and all of that. So we're hoping that we can incorporate, and I don't want to give too many details because if I say too much, then I'll have people hounding me. But we're hoping to be able to incorporate the puppet show into a ministry of Verity Baptist Church once we get back to having people in services and things like that. So we're hoping that it's something that will continue. But we were actually just planning on having it be a video series. And like I said, it was something that we already even had planned before all of this happened. The only thing that changed was that we started doing it every week during the lockdown, just to give people something to give kids something to watch. But yeah, the puppet show, I think it's awesome. I mean, if we weren't doing it, if somebody else was doing it, we'd definitely be having our kids watch it and stuff like that. And our kids do watch it, and they love it. We know it's going to be good when we're practicing at home with our older kids, and our little ones just sit down, Indian style, in front of us and they're just watching. It's like, okay, we know this is gonna be good. Our kids are gonna like this.
So we also have a question about your PE class, and this is from Ramon's wife. So she's listening,
Ooh.
watching. So she wants to know, is any advice for starting a homeschool PE group with, or a small homeschool group with church friends?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should always ask the pastor, run it by the pastor. And you just have a fun time with them. You're just doing stretches with the little kids and running around. I think it's a great idea. We, at our church, we don't do it once a week because to me that kind of overtakes your schedule too much. We do it every other week. We do it every other Thursday. And we also have Spanish class before that. So not everybody participates in Spanish, and we have Spanish at our church building at 9 a.m. And then usually on Thursday at 10 a.m. we go to a park that's nearby, and it's a really large park, so we can all spread out. So we have the boys class in one location of the park and the girls in another and the little kids in another. And it's nice because it has basketball courts, a big field, tennis courts. So it's very accommodating.
So what the older kids do, we originally started the homeschool group as just one PE class. And then as it got bigger, we divided into two, the older kids, the younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then as that got bigger, we divided older boys, older girls,
Mm-hmm.
younger kids.
Yeah. And they do like a sport each month. So like the girls, they just did basketball for a month, and then the boys, they'll do baseball or they'll do kickball. And then for the little kids, the PE class, something that we've started this year was after we're done with all of our exercises, I usually will tell a story actually to the class, or we will also read a book sometimes, and then we do a craft, and that kind of combines. So like, let's say we read about the hungry caterpillar, then we made like a butterfly craft. So it's kind of fun for little kids. The little kids class is like toddler to about, I would say, age 6 or 7, and then the older girls is like 7 to 16, 17.
7 to like 28. So no.
Some dads come, yeah.
And one of the reasons that I was really for starting the PE classes, because people are always saying about homeschool kids, like they don't know how to do jumping jacks, or they don't know how to do push-ups, or they don't know. So they do all those things, and then they focus on a sport every month. So for an entire for a month they'll do baseball, and for another month they'll do basketball, another month they'll do football or whatever, and then they actually learn the rules to the games, and then they play the game. They learn it, then they divide into teams and they actually play it. So that way, obviously our kids are homeschooled, and that's what we believe is the right way to do it, but they're still being able to learn these sports, be exposed to these sports, and be able to have fun with their friends. So I think a homeschool PE class is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're going to do it with church families, then I don't know why you're showing that picture.
Are you the baseball coach?
I'm not. I don't have anything to do with the homeschool group, but I played baseball growing up when I was a kid. Yeah. So that's the rookie card. But I would just say make sure that you run it by your pastor, run it by your pastor's wife before you start gathering groups of church people together. It always makes pastors nervous when you start gathering families of church together in homes and backyards, and you don't invite him or let him know. So make sure you do that. But other than that, I think it's a great idea.
Awesome. Who is doing the coaching then for like the baseball and basketball? How do you guys? I don't know if there's confident members in the church that are just stepping up and doing that. Is that how that works?
Well, we have our staff do it. So when we first started the PE class, Brother Stuckey is the one who led it, and then now Brother Stuckey left to be a missionary in the Philippines. So Brother Oliver took over after that. But we've had other church members and ladies help with different classes and stuff. And, sometimes people like Miss Heidi, who's Brother Jared's wife, she helped with the PE class for a while, but then we sent them to go start a church in Fresno. So, sometimes you get rid of your best members as you start churches and stuff. But we definitely have church faithful people that help us. Men of the church that maybe have schedules that allow them to be at the PE class, show up to the PE class. But for now, we have Brother Oliver leads the older boys, and then we have a young lady, a faithful lady in our church, Samantha. She does the older girls, and then my wife does the younger kids. But then also the staff wives help, with crafts and things like that. So it's a group effort. Yeah.
All right, Pastor Jimenez, we got a caller here. You'll be talking to Tamara. Tamara, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Hi, Pastor. Hi, Miss Joann.
Hey, how are you? We know you.
Yes, Tamara. So, anyways, I wanted to call in because I mainly just wanted to say thank you so much for all the time and effort you're putting into all the children's videos, the book. I have newly saved family members that have young kids that are really enjoying all that stuff. So we're really appreciating it. And you guys are just such a huge blessing to us. So really just thank you. But I did have a small question about making the and I wanted to say, a big shout out to Miss Joann, because I'm so proud of you, because I know you're just really naturally kind of a shy person. So for you to be on the videos and everything, it's kind of a big deal. So I'm really proud of you. And
Thank you.
So as far as the videos go, is that really hard, making the puppet videos with the kids and everything? Is that really hard? Do you have to do a lot of retakes and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of retakes. Sometimes we'll just start laughing because the voices are just hilarious. Or there's a lot of mistakes in doing it over, but it's fun, and it's been an enjoyment to do with our 3 oldest ones. And it's kind of nice because our 3 youngest ones, our niece Rebecca, she watches them at home, and we kind of just get a break away and kind of spend some more one-on-one time with the 3 oldest as we do it together. So it's fun. It's really nice.
Obviously, working with kids can be, trying at times. So it's, at least for me, my wife is wonderful, meek and quiet spirit, all of that. But for me, sometimes I have to remind myself, like, we're doing a show about controlling your anger. So maybe I need to make sure I don't, lose my temper or whatever. But it's great. I mean, I think we're making good memories, and we're having a lot of fun.
And the kids, they enjoy it. They think it's fun.
And they do a good job. Yeah. They do a really good job with it.
Little Lizzie is doing so great. I'm proud of her too. I also was wondering, I think you may have answered that some of you are, who's doing the voices of the puppets?
It's a family secret.
Okay, so is it a combination of people?
Well, everybody wants to know who's doing the voice of the puppet, but the thing is that we made a pact that it was a family secret. We're hoping, because people are so interested, we're hoping they keep tuning in to try to figure it out. But we can't tell you. If we told you, then the puppets would have to kill you, and then it would become like a nightmare, like a scary show.
Okay, I don't want to know. I
want to know. Oh man.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for calling.
We have another question here in the chat. Who does the voices for the puppets?
Yeah, well.
You would have to People want to know. That's the juicy question.
It's in the family. We'll give you that much. It's in the family.
Yeah.
So, some people are convinced it's Brother Oliver, but it's not. So, or maybe it is. And I'm just
now you've just. So you've just created.
Trying to make the views go up.
Yeah.
But it's. The puppets are done by me and my sons, so it's in our family, but it's a family secret. So.
Okay. Well, we'll accept that. What can we do?
Well,
really?
I mean, you can't really.
I was stacking the questions. They were coming in. Who's doing the voices? And is it Pastor Jimenez? Is he doing the voice of Amy? And so I was like, I don't know. I never listened that hard, but
we're getting blown up.
Tune in, try to figure it out.
Screen it.
So we've got some questions, kind of unrelated to the books and to the puppet show. But do you plan on starting any other churches? There's some requests for churches more on the eastern side of the United States, but if you were to start any other churches, do you have any idea of where you would want to do that?
So my philosophy with church planning is, and we get a lot of requests for church planning. I think every week we're getting emails from people asking us to start churches. And right now we have, aside from our main church in Sacramento, we have a church plant in Fresno, California, which is doing awesome. And Brother Jared and Miss Heidi are doing a wonderful job, and they've got a great group there. And then, of course, we have Brother Stuckey in the Philippines. So we have BBC Fresno, BBC Manila. At this point, between BBC Sacramento, Fresno, and Manila, I've got enough on my plate. So I don't plan on starting any more churches until those have been either became independent, or whatever. My plan for church planting is if I could have it my way, my goal is to start churches in California, and specifically Northern California. I'd like to systematically create churches around Sacramento. So if you're familiar with Northern California, you know that Fresno is south of Sacramento, about 3 hours. We planted a church there. I'd like to eventually plant a church in the South Bay, like the San Jose area, which is, east and south of us, west and south of us. And then I'd like to maybe also plant a church in maybe like Oakland or Richmond, which would be east and north of us. Maybe start a church in like Redding, which is north of us. And then this isn't California, but maybe start a church in Reno, Nevada, which is east of us. So I'd like to just circle kind of Sacramento in a couple of hour radius of us and plant churches. That's my goal. Now, we've started a church in Boise, Idaho. We started a church in Vancouver, Washington. We started a church in Manila, Philippines. So while I'm working that goal, if we get a Macedonian call, if we get a group of people, 20, 30 people that are ready to start a church, and I feel like it's something that we could do, preferably on the West Coast, Idaho, Vancouver, Washington, like that, then I'm not locked into that plan. Obviously, if God moves, gives us opportunity, opens doors, then we want to do that. But I feel like for me, I want to focus on the West Coast, and I think it would be difficult for me to be able to have the connection that I'd like to have with like a church on the East Coast or something like that. And obviously, there's guys on that side of the country and pastors in other places that might be able to do that. But I'm open to whatever God wants. But my desire is to plant churches in a radius around Sacramento. And if God or as God opens up other opportunities, preferably on the West Coast, we'll give those priority too. But for now, we've got Fresno and Manila, and I think that's kind of all we can handle for now.
All right. Well, there's some fierce debate here going on in the chat. Jesus King of Kings wrote Amy is PJ or Pastor Jimenez, and then he said Amy is not Joann. And then we got ask. He clearly is doing the voice of Emmy or however he's yeah. So, anyways, I really appreciate everyone tuning into this stream. Make sure to go and subscribe to Our House, guys. They are it's a great YouTube channel, and they are big supporters of our channel. And so make sure to check out Our House, subscribe to that channel. But we have another caller. Ramon, tell us about it.
All right, Pastor. We got Joe from Kansas. Joe, can you hear us?
Hello, Joe.
Hey, Pastor, what's up? Hey, man, I just wondering if you're still doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh, jiu-jitsu with the kids. Yeah, the jiu-jitsu program that we were doing had a couple of stages. The first stage was called the Gracie Games, which was meant to teach kids kind of some basic jiu-jitsu moves, but without really teaching them, just kind of in a fun game. So we've actually finished that. My 2 older boys and my oldest daughter have finished that entire program. So we've actually moved into the next phase, which is junior combatives. So that's teaching them the actual moves of jiu-jitsu with the proper names and all of that, but minus the choke holds and anything like that. So we haven't been, I'll be honest with you, we haven't been as consistent with it. It's funny, I was just telling my wife I think last night that I need to make sure I carve out time for that. But we haven't been as consistent, but we are in that program. They're enrolled in that. And that's something that we do at home through video. So we have the instructors have videos that teach that. And then the parent has to kind of be the one who's moving them through that and making sure they're learning and all that. So yes, they finished the Gracie Games. They're now into the junior combatives. And we're trying to get back into more of a scheduled routine with that.
Nice. We just pulled up the video of your 2 boys wrestling, doing some moves on the carpet there. So
the next time we get through a course, we'll do another video like that. I think people really like that.
Yeah, so you can see that there. That's cool. They've got the Red Hot Preaching shirts on, representing. And so if you're interested in winning any of these great giveaway prizes, there are only 2 possible ways that you can be part of the drawing. The first is to purchase anything from the Framing the World store during this broadcast. And the other is to pledge some sort of support at patreon.com, Framing the World. If you're not a Patreon already, you can start at just $1 a month. Or if you already are a Patreon, if you increase your pledge by any amount, you will be entered into the drawing and you can win one of these great prizes. We will be giving away this evening to 4 lucky winners the Herb Meyer, The Adventures of Herb Meyer, Volume 1 here, Book 1, Herb Learns Obedience. Or if you just want to be a blessing to a family that you may know or may meet, you'll have that book and you can do that. We have these 2 trading cards of Pastor Roger Jimenez. You have his. They're safe in the covers here. So you have his rookie card and you also have his, what do you call that? Just regular.
I think it's his portrait card.
His portrait card, yeah. Right. So there you go. You can put that on your mirror. And when you're getting ready in the morning, you can remember Pastor Jimenez and just remember that you got to hear some more preaching today. So, because I don't know why I had like trading cards in my mirror when I was a kid. So or you can get a set. So there will be, I think, how many are there in here? 20 or 25. So you can get.
I forget, man. I haven't looked at these in so long.
28 cards. Yeah, 7 cards per pack, 4 packs per box.
There you go.
So there you go. You could end up getting. You could get Paul. You could get Pastor Anderson. You could get Pastor Jimenez, his rookie card. You can trade it. You never know what you may get. We're going to be giving away Volume 2 of the hymn CD. This is Volume 2, recorded by some members of Faith Word Baptist Church from the Soul Stirring Songs and Hymns songbook there. The Jamaica DVD, and that's is it a documentary? It's got some preaching in there. It's full sermons that were preached in Jamaica.
Yeah, it's from the missions trip we did a few years back.
So it's the 3D missions project. So it gives you an inside view of that missions trip there to Jamaica, which happened about 2 years now, right? Was that when it happened? Yep, 2018. An orange peeler. So, get this, because this makes orange peeling a lot easier. If you have oranges, don't peel them yet until you get one of these. You'll see how much time you'll save. Mrs. Susanna Anderson has published 2 books in the last 2 years, I think it is. One is a homeschooling book. It's Read Yourself an Education Around the World. So this is a resource book where you can find a lot of books from all age groups of children if you're homeschooling, and so that allows the children to to continue reading, and you can learn a lot by reading the books that are here, and she's broken them down. And so all the hard work is done. All you have to do is go to the library or go to the bookstore and pick up the books as you go through that workbook there, and help your children read themselves in education. And then this is a busy menu. I want to say busy family menu planning book here.
It's a long title.
I know. I'm getting better. Busy family. Busy family menu planning. So
if you order anything, you're going to be on this wheel,
Yeah.
and then we're going to spin it at the end of the night. And if it lands on your name,
why don't you just spin it right now?
What?
Spin it right now.
No, we got to wait
How
till
long
the
does it
end.
take? Oh, okay. I get it, because somebody might not get a chance.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So I think I might have named everything. Wait a second. What do you have here? Okay. Guyana and
Yep.
Christmas songs.
No, we got it.
So you can get all those things there. Paul will send them off to you in the mail as soon as you win, and send us your address. All right. So let me see if we have any more questions here. Would you allow? Okay. Oh, here's a good one for you. It's a trick question, right? Would you allow your children to bow down to the karate instructor and call them sensei? We have karate kids in our family. So that's an interesting question. What would you say?
No, I don't think we would. But I don't even know if they do that in jiu-jitsu, but maybe they do. But the program that we're using definitely doesn't. But no, we wouldn't.
And so there's another question also, is what is your next documentary? Are you working on it currently?
Well, we were working on a documentary called The Prison Industrial Complex, and we were going to be doing, what the Bible teaches about prisons and the corruption of prisons and things like that. All of that's kind of gone on pause because we can't get into prisons right now to do interviews or anything like that. And then we filled it in with all these other things we're doing, like the puppet shows and whatever. So it's on pause for now. But, once we get back to normal routines and schedule, we'll have to re-examine whether we restart that. But if we restart it, that's what we were working on, Prison Industrial Complex.
And your book number 2 is coming out. That is Herb. What's about complaining? Herb learns to stop complaining?
Yeah, Herb learns to not complain. And in that one's coming out. So we've been telling people summer of 2020, so like June. So our goal was to produce one book a quarter is what we were kind of hoping to do. So that would mean one between January, February, and March, another one between April, May, and June. So really our goal was for book 2 to be kind of out by June, and it might still be, but I feel like we're ahead of schedule. Like I said, my wife's already written the book, and Brother Oliver's already started formatting what he can. I'm the one that's kind of slowing everything down because I can't produce the drawings fast enough. So I'm working on it. So hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be able to. I keep telling people if I didn't have to preach 3 times a week, I could get a lot more done. But I'm just kidding. But so yeah, hopefully no later than June, but maybe even sooner if I can get all the drawings done.
Well, you can't rush that kind of talent. It's got to come from the spirit. You just can't push an artist to produce.
Exactly. That's what I keep telling them.
It's just got to come. You've got to have the vision and everything. You got to go out there and look at the ocean for a while.
Yeah. I need someone to come play a minstrel, and the Holy Spirit comes upon me. So.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to the next one because I'm going to keep reading this one here to my children, and then soon enough they'll be reciting it to me. So,
yeah.
What do you want to do, Paul?
So we have someone on the line right now. You want to put him through?
All right. Ramon took his headphones
All
off.
right. This is Ariel.
Ariel's on the line with us. Thanks for calling, Ariel. Do you have a question for Pastor and Mrs. Jimenez?
Yes. So, I am not a mom, but I was wondering if y'all think it would be a good idea, in addition to your books. This is something I've actually been thinking of for a while, but So when I was younger, my mom would give me these books, and they would have like a cassette tape, like of somebody reading the book, and it would teach me like how, like basically when to turn the page, so I could read along on my own. And so I was wondering if Miss Joann, if you think, as a homeschool mom, if you think that would be a good idea, and if that would be something you guys would be interested in. I could maybe help you guys with it, or I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea. Well, we would definitely think about that. Unfortunately, we no longer carry cassette tapes and CDs a lot of times nowadays, so we'd have to maybe do it somehow online or do that route. But yeah, I think it's a great idea to teach children how to read, to follow along when somebody's reading to them. So it's an excellent idea. Very good.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Maybe like a little audio.
Yeah, like an audio that they could purchase online or something, like that they could listen to on the computer.
And it can tell you to
turn the page. Yeah, it's great. And that's one thing about our children's book already, is it's already has the page numbers. Some children's stories do not have page numbers, where ours does. So we're kind of already set up to do that. So it's a good question. Good idea.
Hey. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good idea on y'all's part too for doing the book. That's so neat. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Do you know what your little phrase is on the back of your next book? You do, don't you?
Hey, I need to update it one more time.
What is it?
What? Yeah.
Oh man. Hold on, I don't know what it is.
I have my wife to get her notes out so she doesn't
say
it wrong.
Where am I? Hold on. It is.
So they're all connected to a verse.
Where is it? Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No pressure. No pressure at all.
I can't find it. Hold on.
Are you working on your next? While she's doing that, Pastor, we'll talk about the next puppet show. Are you working on that yet?
Yeah. Well, so we've already. So the first step with the puppet show is my wife writes the script.
Okay.
The next one, so this one, episode 3 that we just put out was the creation story, the week of creation, day 1, day 2, day 3. So I think what we're going to do is the next one we're going to deal with Adam and Eve and their story, and then the one after that, Cain and Abel. So we might start just going systematically through the major stories of the Bible. With the puppets, not the puppets acting them out, but with the puppets learning about them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I found it. So it's in Philippians 2:14. God is explaining that we shouldn't be murmuring, pouting, or complaining.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. So the dad in the story, the way the books are laid out is that it starts with a family Bible time, and dad is giving this family Bible time, and he's explaining a biblical principle to the family, to the kids. So that's where that poem fits in. Dad teaches something like in book 1, you have dad teaching the story. It begins with the family having family Bible time. I don't know if you can see that, but then dad teaches a story, and then when dad gives a lesson, there's a verse that he's explaining. So for book 1, it's Ephesians 6:1 and 2. And then the lesson he teaches them is God wants me to obey my parents right away with a good attitude, says Ephesians 6 verses 1 and 2. And then along throughout the story, Herb gets into some mischief where he has to basically learn that lesson. So for the next one, it's about not complaining. So we'll have the same thing. Dad teaches a lesson. He's giving the verse, and there's a rhyme where he gives the lesson, so it's about not complaining.
And then can you maybe do one about, like, taunting your siblings?
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, that's a very good one.
We were talking about that.
About teasing. Being kind, not teasing.
Yeah, because then I can just assign books to children that have, like, the issues. Like, this one goes for you, and you'll get this one here.
I want you to do a book review, a book report on this one. Yeah. And and all of those things, we're going to deal with all those things in the puppet show as well. So every puppet show, so we're going to get to that in the puppet show. And the puppet shows are going to come out faster than the books. The books will be higher quality. Obviously the puppets aren't rhyming, and we're not giving you a little rhyme to remember or anything like that. But yeah, we're trying to, the reason the channel's called Help for the Home is because we want to come alongside Christian homeschooling conservative parents and just be a help to them. So obviously we're all teaching our kids about obedience and honesty and not picking on your siblings. But if you can introduce little 10, 15-minute puppet shows or, 8-minute puppet shows that reinforce that, if you can have children's books that reinforce that, then of course all of that is going to help.
So you're not going to make any guest spot appearances on the puppet show, are you, Pastor?
I'm not going to, no.
It wouldn't be possible. It's like Superman and Clark Kent being in the same place, right?
Well, here's the thing. With the magic of editing, this is what people don't realize. With the magic of editing, you could do lots of things. And, I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's AI, okay?
Oh, man.
We gave in. That's what we're doing. But I don't think there's not really any plans of me doing any guest appearances. Eventually the puppets might make it to the Red Hot Preaching Conference or something like that, but we'll see. But I do have a part in the puppet show because there is a commercial in the middle of the puppet show. So kind of in the midst of the story, right in the middle of the puppets getting into trouble, there's I don't know how long it is. I want to say it's like 15 seconds, maybe less, commercial where I come on the screen with the puppets and we talk about Herb Meyer. Mm-hmm. So we do a little bit of advertising on the puppet show also.
So the puppet show is sponsored by the Herb Meyer book.
Yeah. Exactly.
There it is, right there. It's the way it works, huh? So I had a thought. Darn it, it disappeared for me. All right, I'm not a very good host.
All right, so we got an update on the callers here.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll remember. It will come back to me. I had a question on my tongue, but go ahead.
That's all right. So we got Ninja, Nicole, Lawrence, Miguel C, Brad C, Gerald R, Andrew S, Teresa T, Crystal W, Andrea M, Teresa T, Crystal W, AJ, Tumera C. So pretty much, we're getting a couple of repeats because if you up your pledge or if you buy something, you actually get entered twice.
Very good. I remember what I was going to say.
If Ramon ends up winning, they're going to say it was foul play. So you got to be careful with that.
Yes, we will say that, won't we? So everybody, we are talking with Pastor Roger Jimenez and his wife, Mrs. Is it Joanna?
Joann.
Okay, Joann. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mrs. Jimenez, and they have a cool YouTube channel called Help for the Home, and I'm just make sure I drop that. I just dropped that in the chat, so make sure you subscribe because it's a great way for if you don't want to give the kids too much screen time, but if they're gonna get in front of the screen, you can pull up these videos of these puppets, and they've got. I really look forward to them, and they've got these. I didn't want to watch it. It came up in my YouTube feed today, and I saw it, and I was like, well, I'll wait till I get home with the kids. It doesn't really make sense for me to watch it, but I kind of wanted to watch it before. So, but then I got home and came straight here. So, but when we get home, we'll watch that and see.
They're not waiting for you, man. They've already watched that.
Yeah, so it's a good thing for you to be subscribed to. So be sure that you subscribe to that YouTube channel, and while you're subscribing to YouTube channels, go ahead and subscribe to Our House, and that's another great Christian family YouTube channel with good content. And so you can't have too much stuff there on YouTube. It's a sea full of information, so if you want to get some good information, subscribe to those two channels.
Yeah, head over there, open up a new tab right now, guys, and go over to Our House and subscribe and ring that bell.
Right. And so I put in Help for the Home, and we'll see how many subscribers they get jumped. They might, who knows, maybe all of the people watching here today will subscribe. In fact,
or in the future if you're listening to this.
Right. So they should climb by thousands. And so go ahead and...
I hope so.
Yeah, right.
And pick up your own copy. Don't wait to win. You know, go buy one of these right now at Framing the World, and then if you win,
Yeah, you can just give it away to someone.
Yeah, just give it away. But if you win after buying one of these, you have 2. Just, you know, so there's nothing wrong. It's 2 for 1. And we'll put it in the same package and everything. So it'll be 2 for 1. You can give one away. You can have one for upstairs, one for downstairs, one for the car. You never know. You can give each child their own signed copy. You can sign Herb Meyer inside of it. So.
So one thing I was going to say about the Help for the Home channel, something that we noticed recently was that, the puppet show specifically, and some of the other things, they're kind of reaching new people, like people that aren't in the new IFB or whatever, are watching them, and we know because we've checked on some of the comments people have left. We've kind of looked at their channel, and based on what they're watching, they're obviously not new IFB, but they're watching the puppet show. But what's interesting is we've also seen some of the people who were watching the puppet show and left comments, and then they were watching the Verity Baptist Church live stream, that Sunday morning or that next Sunday. So that's kind of cool, maybe reaching a new crowd too, and then they're making the connection and going and watching the preaching from the Verity channel. A little different, because the puppet show is fun and games and learning, and then you come on the Verity channel and it's like a vaccine sermon or whatever. But
Well, that's what they need to hear.
Yeah,
that was a great sermon. I'm glad that you preached that. That was good information on another subject. Yeah, that was great. It's very it's something that's come up in the conversation a lot more currently. So it was a timely sermon. And so go ahead and over there and subscribe. Check out these puppet shows. I recognize your singing voice, Pastor Jimenez. Is that your composition as well?
Yeah.
Help for the Home Christian Kids Puppet Show. It's kind of like a mouthful, but
yeah, it is a mouthful.
Dustin doesn't like those long titles.
How does that intro go? Was it the 2 of you guys?
So the intro's my wife and I singing, and it's a song that was already it's a song that's already, we actually sing it at our church as a course of the week, called "Isn't It Wonderful to Be a Christian?" And we actually got permission from the family. Well, the guy who wrote the song is dead, but we got permission from his family to use the song. So the way the puppet show works is that there's an intro song and an outro song. The intro song is the music for "It Is Wonderful to Be a Christian," but my wife changed the words, and it's like about the puppet show. And then we sing it again at the end, but with the actual words. Oh, it is wonderful to be a Christian, or it is wonderful to be a child. So just kind of something we did for the puppet show.
Yeah, because I was kind of confused. I saw that used with permission and stuff, and I was like, isn't that the same song in the beginning, though? And I'm thinking... there's another song?
Same tune, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good. But so you kind of jammed all those words into the melody, and it sounds good. So, well, thanks for joining us tonight. We got a lot of drawings to get to. And so if you just want to take a few more minutes to just plug the book again and plug your channel and what you're doing and what you want our audience to know, we'd love to just give you the floor right now for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. We appreciate you having us on. And Paul, thank you for, helping us and supporting us and just being a friend, of course. And for sure, Herb Meyer, The Adventures of Herb Meyer, Book 1, Herb Learns Obedience. Check out framingtheworld.com, order a copy. And if you'd like some coloring pages to go with the book, you can get those at herbmeyerbooks.com. And check out, of course, the Verity Baptist Church YouTube channel. Subscribe. The sermons from our church are up there and other things that we put up. And then also Help for the Home YouTube channel. There's lots of content that's different than our main channel. And you can find a video where my wife is teaching how to give a haircut and the in-home PE classes. All the puppet shows are on there and other stuff, other videos we've made that are just meant to be a help for the home. And I think that's it.
Well, God bless you. I hope to make it up, assuming everything is like it was last summer with the Red Hot Preaching Conference. And I don't remember the dates, but I've been meaning to go up there for the last few years, but it just hasn't worked out. And hopefully I'll be able to make it up this year and meet you. I've met you. I haven't really met.
Yeah, we met.
Yeah, so, but just see your church and see all your people up there too. I've been looking forward to doing that. I just haven't had the chance. It's about a 12-hour drive, and so.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you, and obviously we don't know how things are going to be in July, so we'll have to kind of wait and see. But we'd love to have you come up.
But if all things are coming together and everything's as scheduled, when do you have that conference on the books?
I don't have the dates in front of me, but it's mid-July.
Okay.
July. I want to say July 16th through the 18th, I think is what we have it scheduled. But yeah, mid-July is when we have it scheduled. And if you go on our website, veritybaptist.com, actually, let me plug this in shamelessly if you don't mind.
All day,
But
do whatever, yep.
Yeah, on our website, you can hit at the top right, you'll see RHPC 2020. You can click on that, and you'll get all the information you need for the Red Hot Preaching Conference, the speakers, the schedule, videos we've put out. So again, we don't know how things are going to be in July, but if everything's back to normal and you can have assemblies and things like that, then that's what we've planned. And on our website, we've actually done a lot of work on our church website. So if you're locked down at home and you're looking for something to do, I would encourage you to check out the website. We've got a lot of sermons on there, but we also have documentaries that our church has made, that Paul has made, and videos, all sorts of just videos that we've done about Joyce Myers and different people, So check it out, veritybaptist.com.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you guys taking time this evening and sharing with us your vision for your books and what you've been doing with the puppet show. I'm really glad to see it happen. It was a wonderful, pleasant surprise to see specifically the puppet show. I mean, the book's a great idea.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's a good idea. I don't know if I'd do it, but
well, it's a lot of work, I'm sure.
Yeah. I have enough on we're doing this puppet show here, so.
Your views might go up if you got a puppet.
I was trying to get Paul to replace me with one.
Maybe we can talk to Amy.
Absolutely. That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to do the giveaway here, guys. I think we just took our last one, so don't order late. But I also forgot to add one last time we did this, so I have added you, Ophelia. I think that's how you say it. We added you to this list, so we're going to be spinning. I'm going to check one more time. All right. Nothing new, so there you go.
All right. Well, let's say farewell to our friends in Sacramento.
Yeah,
unless they want to hang out and find out if they won. But I didn't see them move this whole time unless... Yeah, I don't think they bought anything. So.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pastor, for joining us, Ms. Jimenez. Thank you so much.
God bless you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
All right, Dustin, what are we giving away first, man?
Herb Meyer, of course.
Herb Meyer. Okay, yeah. Well, let's do it. This is for the Herb Meyer. And, we need that sound effect. But go ahead and spin it. I'll pull up the sound effect. All right, so this is for the Herb Meyer book. And then we're going to erase the names after Crystal W. All right, Crystal W. You are the winner.
I see Crystal in the chat often at a lot of different streams, I think. Crystal hasn't said anything.
No.
Go ahead and holler, Crystal.
All right, well, anyways.
Yeah, well, so...
Spinning wheel sound.
If you don't know...
If you can find it.
Yeah, I think it's...
Oh, I got it right.
Okay.
All right, we got it.
So, everybody, if you don't know what this is, you're tuning in late. Because we've been talking about Herb Meyer.
That's all we've been talking about.
So you're getting this. If you don't even know what this is, this is for Crystal. This is her copy. I'm going to sign it now.
All right. No, don't sign it. No one wants your signature. All right, let's do this, Ramon. Wait, and...
Wait a second. What are we giving away?
Oh, yeah, what are we giving away, Dustin?
Jamaica.
Okay, very good. Hold on. So, all right, and go. Oh, no way.
That's funny.
All right.
Hey, you gotta leave it on there when it stops.
It stopped, man.
Okay.
Let's go back to it. Just
Okay,
see, it said it.
Ramon.
Yeah.
Ramon, do you have this DVD?
Yeah, I do, but I'm off the list, so there you go.
Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, no.
This is Ramon's,
Well,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't.
I already have it. You
Oh.
want to wait to somebody else? Yeah.
No, Ramon,
No,
that's
that
life,
was your-
bro.
that's your-
chance
that's your-
right
yeah.
there.
Sounds good.
The chance happens to everybody, and that was yours.
I screwed up. I lost the wheel. Anyways, let's just go back to it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Next one. What are we giving away, Dustin?
We're going to give away the Pastor Jimenez trading card. His poster.
Oh, his trading card. All right.
Is this camera dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay.
You don't ever reset them.
This is a heavy seat to sit in.
All right, let's do it.
Where did the sounds go?
I lost it, man.
I'll take care of it.
I'm doing my best. It's a heavy seat to sit in over here as well.
Justin S.
Justin S.
All right.
All right. And guys, if you win and you didn't place an order, maybe you just support us on Patreon, make sure to send us an email at live@framingtheworld.com. Let us know what you won and your address.
Right. Because that's a lot easier than having to go through the video again and find it.
Yeah.
And we still don't have your address unless you do that.
Yeah.
Unless Patreon, you don't get your address. It's just your email, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the hymn CD. Let's just keep this wheel spinning.
Okay, hold on. Oh, no. Did you get it? Oh,
Got it.
okay, you got it. All right. Ah!
All right.
Ah!
That's all right.
Great songs, Marching to Zion, We'll Work Till Jesus Comes, When I Can Read My Title Clear.
All right.
Meet me there, he lives on high.
What is that?
Miguel.
Miguel, all right.
Miguel C., you have won such great songs as Christ Arose, Sweet By and By, How Beautiful Heaven Must Be.
Which CD was it?
This is CD number
Volume 2.
Okay? Now, if you ask me personally, I think the singing gets better as we go along.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, well,
Because we kind of learn how to make the sounds work
Yeah.
together, and we just get experience.
I like them all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, whoa. We got a new supporter on. We got to add this guy, Thomas T.
All right, Thomas T.
All right.
Thomas T, we're going to add you, buddy. Sorry.
All right, Thomas.
You were a late entry, but we're going to add you right now. All right.
So,
Are we ready?
who won this last one?
Okay, what are we doing next, Dustin?
Okay, this is the Christmas CD. You should have it in time for Christmas if Paul gets it out soon.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Ready? Go.
Christmas CD, songs like Angels We Have Heard on High, Oh Holy Night. And there's an instrumental, great piano. What
Is it
child is
AJ?
this?
Yeah, it's AJ.
AJ, all right.
Is that our
Congratulations.
friend AJ? Do we know AJ from?
No, I doubt it's him.
Okay.
All right, so
All right,
what's
AJ,
next? Spitfire.
Listen, if you won, live at framingtheworld.com, help us out. Help us put it all in one place so we can get you your package quickly.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go big.
Around the world.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so let this be a
Nice.
homeschooling mom. Everybody
Yes,
just
please be a homeschooling
send a
mom.
silent prayer if you don't want this,
All right, ready?
that it would be a
Go.
homeschooling mom. Or a father or somebody who
Someone
would
that can
use
give it to
yeah.
a homeschooling mom. Good night.
Crystal W.
Sounds like a
Crystal-
homeschooler.
Yeah, that sounds good. It
All
sounds
right.
like a homeschooling.
And again, if you're not a homeschooling mom, you can give this away as a gift. Besides that, like there's all kinds of good books in here too. So
Yeah.
this is a cool reference book. You can read about the French Revolution and Napoleon and food in France.
All right,
And
next.
Go ahead, hold on a
That's
second.
twice for Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal.
Oh, because she did it twice?
Yeah.
Crystal.
Oh, wow. She won twice. She's like,
Lucky. She's a
Yeah.
lucky.
God is blessing her.
Yep.
Okay, you can read about the Sahara Desert.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how I'm telling you. This is interesting. Chernobyl. Science, nuclear power, and the Chernobyl catastrophe.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
These people want to go to bed. I want to go to bed.
I'm helping them get tired. Okay, so the next we're going to give away is a MacBook Pro. If we did that, that'd be funny. I would give $1. Okay, so
Guyana.
This is a new kind of mission trip. So this is similar to the Jamaican one, except for it's the footage shot in Guyana. So
All right. Ready?
Yes.
I think I started it too early.
Yeah, the sign.
I started too early. Yeah.
Andrew S. Very good. You got your own. This is not Blu-ray. Sorry, if you thought it was Blu-ray. Okay, so we've got 3 more copies of the Herb Meyer book.
All right.
So
let's do Herb Meyer.
Herb Meyer. Let's
go
spin it.
right to it. So hold on.
And
Go.
you know what? If you don't have any kids, you might learn some obedience by reading Herb Meyer, Learning Obedience. God wants me to obey my parents right away.
Oh,
that was
go.
close one.
Oh, Gerald. Man, Brad almost won.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Gerald, you've got a copy of this. Go ahead and spin her again for the next one.
We'll do another one?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm
And we're
ready.
gonna
Ready?
end it on the Herb
Go.
Meyer. So this is
Ooh, Wendy.
Congratulations.
All right. Nice.
Wendy. All right. So and we have one more copy of these available. You can pick up your copy at framingtheworld.com. If you want to get those coloring pages, you can go over.
Let's do the trading cards. Let's do the infamous trading cards. The very, very collectible Framing the World trading cards that took me like 6 months, me and my wife, like 6 months to make, and was not worth it. But they look great. Look
Hey,
great.
you know the last Herb Meyer. Let's give the person the rookie card with it.
No. We're gonna
Okay.
no. We're doing 2. Good night.
I thought we should just bundle them
Are you
all
ready?
in one
Ready?
spin.
Ready? Go.
Or they could have won all of that for $1, and you would have just saved a lot of money on shipping.
Yeah, well, this just makes it more fun, man. We already.
Oh, Ophelia. Ophelia.
Do we know her?
She was the one we added.
Yep.
Oh, was she? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All
I'm
right,
glad
let's
she
open
won
this
'cause I
up and
felt
see what
bad.
she won.
Oh, I lost the sound. Oh man.
All right.
I got it back.
All right.
Okay. What are we doing next?
So that
Justin?
Ophelia won Herb Meyer as well.
No.
No?
She won trading cards, man.
Okay, trading cards. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the best prize of the night. Just FYI.
Yeah.
I'm in those cards.
I know you are, Dustin. We all are.
Yeah.
It's Look
Yeah.
at it. We're all in these cards. It's very exciting. Are you ready? What are we doing
Yeah.
next? We're doing Roger Jimenez's
We'll
rookie.
do the rookie card.
Are you ready? Hold on. All right, go.
Is this considered gambling?
It's Baptist gambling.
Nicole.
Nicole.
Nicole won Pastor Jimenez's rookie card.
All
There
right.
you go.
Ah!
All right. And so we're down to our last orange peeler.
Orange
citrus
peeler. Okay.
So we'll get this in the mail. So don't eat any of that citrus that you have on the counter. Just wait till we get this to you, and then it'll all have been worth it.
All right.
Citrus peeler. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. This is what Ramon needs.
Jamie. Oh,
Jamie
all right.
B. Jamie B's a winner
Congratulations.
from the other day.
Is it? Wow,
Yeah.
she's raking it in.
All right. Jamie B. Congratulations on your citrus peeler. You'll be happy. You'll be
I
like,
love that thing, man.
You'll be
My
like-
wife, like, I start opening an orange without it, and she's like pushing it in my face.
Well, Jimbo, if you gave any money to Patreon today, or if you purchased this, you can buy a citrus peeler. Jimbo needs one. He could really use it.
All right.
He's just saying. And is it in mint condition? The
Yes.
card is in mint condition.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean,
It's near mint condition.
what's that mean anyway?
Yeah, well,
What kind
I am very careful with these cards. I don't bend corners, guys. I'm not like some people who just throw the cards wherever.
Right. And it's go take it and get it appraised, and you tell us.
All right, what are we doing
I
next?
suggest you take it to. Do they still have those types of places?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Comment,
yeah,
like-
there is. There's one right down the road. Hey, come on, let's keep it going here. What do we got next?
Hey, I gotta go. I got things to do at home.
All right,
I'm
this
here
is-
hanging out with you guys on my time.
All right, we
Okay,
got
busy family menu planning cookbook.
Okay, all right.
All right. So, again, if you do not have a busy family and you're not into menu planning, you can find somebody
it's
who
like
does.
a cookbook,
You can just give it away. Yeah.
That's how most people use
Kelly.
it.
Kelly looks like...
Congratulations, Kelly.
All right, Kelly.
I think, is going to be cooking some breakfast French toast croissants in the future. Banana bread, baby back ribs, chicken soup with dumplings. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff in here. Rice pudding, hash browns, walnut, chocolate, chicken pot pie, chicken and white bean soup. You know, you could pretty much... You should just stockpile the stuff in your pantry and you'll have it. But you can just go to the store with the book and it tells you like how to buy what you need to make these things. So that's the cool thing. It has like shopping list and everything. All right. We have one more Herb Meyer.
Is this it? Is this the final giveaway?
We've been rushing so quickly. It's hard to believe that we're already to the end. Okay. So
right.
Here we are, Herb Meyer.
So this is
The
it,
Adventures
guys.
of Herb Meyer.
I really
Herb
appreciate everyone supporting us.
Learns obedience.
Yep.
We just want to thank Pastor and Mrs. Jimenez for coming on the show with us tonight and to bear with us.
Yeah, well, I think it went great tonight. I mean, we had Ramon that was just on it with the graphics tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you guys did great, and you did great with the questions, Dustin. No one called in. I mean, we had to beg people to call in. But other than that,
yeah, I mean, the puppets probably could have done better, but we're for real people.
All right, let's do this. Last one, huh? Are you ready?
Ready.
This is for the book, right?
And leave it on until the sound stops and see how well it...
Oh, Dieter again.
Did one twice?
No.
I think he's won before.
Oh,
That's
before.
that's a girl's name. I think. Deirdre.
Yeah.
Deirdre?
Dieter?
I knew some...
I thought it's Dieter.
I don't know.
We don't know. Don't
I
ask.
think it is.
We're obviously not good at pronouncing names.
Are you
people.
assuming gender? Shame on you. Man. They just like unsubbed right now.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't care about the book. I don't care about you guys. I'm a man. Okay, so...
Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, make sure to subscribe to our sponsor, Our House. Make sure to head over and subscribe to the home channel. What's the name of it? I don't even know.
To the Help for the Home.
Yeah, Help for the Home. Yeah.
Help for the Home, yep.
Yep. And support them over there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think it was a great stream tonight.
Deidre.
You did good, Dustin. We did good.
Oh, Deidre. Yeah, Deidre Ketchel. The croissants. She's got the... Yeah. I told you, Deidre.
Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. So...
oh, you got.
She said she never won, but she totally won.
Okay,
she said
never
she's
won.
a girl. Congrats to all the winners. If you guys want to call in real quick, we got like 2 minutes to do that, and we'll see what happens with that. So we do have Mrs. Karen Rodriguez in the chat, and she is our sponsor. She has the Our House YouTube channel. And you know what's a shame about YouTube? Like, they had it in the chat before where you can click on those 3 buttons, and then you could go to the person's channel. And, like, man, I don't know why they did away with it. But, you know, you can go to Our House. And I know some people have said that if you go to Our House and just type in Our House, it goes to that, you know, Crosby, Stills, and Nash song. So, but you would just do Our House Karen, maybe.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that would get you there.
Put in Our House Karen, yeah.
And
let's
yep,
do some tests. Wait, go back.
Got...
I want to see these tests. Hold on. Go back.
Oh.
Go back. So let's see you do it. Our House Karen. That's the key. I did this earlier.
But otherwise, Our House. Oh, you remember that song from the 80s? Our house in the middle of our street.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that song. That's the song it goes to. I was thinking, and the next one is the Our House.
Yeah. The smiling woman there. That's what you want to. And head over there right now and subscribe, guys. Who cares? We don't listen to us anymore.
Yeah, but it's smart for her because, you know, she can maybe steal some of those songs for some. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, so, okay, about the debacle earlier with the live stream, I was supposed to do a private live stream earlier, and someone's asking this in the question, what happened to that. So I did a live stream, but I accidentally set it to public first and then switched it to unlisted right away. But it was too late. I already sent it out to all our subscribers, so people were tuning in that weren't supposed to. But, it was good. We were just talking about our new 10th film, so.
It's amazing. Like, you have, like, Guzman 1611 and William Edward Hackman and Pillar and Ground and IFB Javier Ramos. Like, they are very faithful. Like, if in two done.
Teresa too, man. My wife actually listens to this. I don't know why.
I know. My wife's not watching. She's like, right. She's always like, "Oh, I was listening to Mrs. McMurtry." I'm like, that's not even live. So, but like Two Dun's a Polish person.
Yeah.
Polakium.
Yeah, it must be middle of the night. What time is it in Poland?
But they man, I saw that alert come up for that earlier live stream. I went there. He was already there in the chat, like ready. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, I'm here."
Well, you know what? He got to hang out with the producers for the new movie today. Two Dun.
Yeah.
Got the insight. He knows what the new movie is.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does because he tuned in.
Oh, was it? You could watch it?
Yeah. I accidentally made it public.
Yeah, but
I can't do Super Chat because I have been demonetized. I have been YouTube does not want to give me money. So, no, I can't do Super Chat. But I wish I could.
Yeah. Because of maybe the marching to Zion? Maybe?
Yeah.
You think it was a fluoride?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's probably a combination of many, many things.
Okay. All right. Well, so I don't even know, Two Dun, what the heck that movie's going to be about.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah.
So I don't even know. You guys, yeah, he won't even tell me. I have to, like, eavesdrop.
I'll tell you now. It's the cat's out of the bag.
Okay.
All right. Not this second.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's close this thing down, man.
All right. Well, again, we just want to thank Pastor and Mrs. Jimenez for joining us. It was nice to talk with them. And you guys pick yourself up a copy of this book here. And, even if it's just to support the work that's being done, because it costs money to do this. It takes time. They've got, we want to bless them.
And we want more of these books.
Right.
Like, people don't understand, like, if you don't order the book, they won't make any more.
Yeah.
If it's a complete flop, that really kills book 2.
Right.
And so we want to make it a success because we love the books and we want our kids to read good Christian books. And the only way to do that is if we support it.
Right. Exactly. So if you guys buy up these books here, then that'll definitely encourage them. And yeah, subscribe to them on YouTube there. Eventually, once you get, I don't know how many subs do you have to get like the super chats and stuff.
No, I don't have any idea.
It's like 30,000 or something like that. So, all right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to have another stream in the future. Paul?
Yeah. So, I think we're still, what are we doing? We're still working on tomorrow's stream. We're unsure if it's going to happen.
Is it because of a pending guest?
A pending guest, yes.
Well, is it a doctor?
It's Mr. Death.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's who we're trying to get on.
I thought that was locked in.
Well, it is locked in. We're going to do the interview with him, but is it tomorrow? So I got.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me check my recent messages.
Okay, Mr. Death.
Yeah, he didn't answer, so I'm still waiting to hear from him.
Well, all right. Well, a lot of times people do this. They promise stuff and they don't fulfill it. Maybe we'll just be like that.
Look, and if you don't know what Mr. Death is, I mean, come on. Where were you in 1999? That's my question.
I was somewhere in 1999. How do I not
in 1999, if you didn't know who Mr. Death was, I mean, you were just not. You must have been dead.
What were you doing in 1999, Paul?
I was in high school. I was in high school. Graduated in 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was partying like it was 1999. And so, yeah, I don't know who Mr. Death is, but let's tell him.
So Mr. Death, he's called that because he is the one that invented modern electrocution, gas chambers. He invented the new electric chair. Basically every way, the gallows, every way to hang, kill someone in the prison.
So listen, okay, so we're gonna have some people send us at live. At
I don't know why we're talking about this on the family show, but
because
it's done. All the families are in sleep, right?
I mean, everybody. If they didn't win, they're gone. All of our faithful followers here, they're like, I'm done. This wheel stopped spinning.
Yeah,
I didn't get anything. So, Mr. Death, you want to ask him some questions like,
pull up Mr. Death trailer. Let's watch it.
How is that, Ramon or me?
Yeah, Ramon.
Is how did you test these things out? How did you find out if they were working?
So I have no idea. This is great questions to ask Mr. Death when we get him on the show.
This would be great for Pastor Jimenez's upcoming prison industrial.
Yeah. So oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a scary subject because that is such a racket. Man, there's some wicked people behind that whole prison thing.
Okay, so hold on. So I don't know if we're gonna get a copyright strike because of this.
No, we'll just talk about it while we're doing it. We'll just talk over it.
Upstairs computer. All right, ready? Hold on.
Okay.
This is an old trailer. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. PG-13. How bad can it be? I think we might have some people watching that are less than 13 years old.
Oh wait, we're not hearing anything. What's going on?
Because it's
mute.
not plugged in. There you go.
No, it's on.
Just mute on the laptop itself.
There we go.
Here, let's start over.
That's fine. That's good. That's good.
Say gas and then chamber and then experts and out come 10 Fred Leuters. No, there's nobody. Fred Leuchter was our only hope.
How did you get that shot? No, I know.
I don't think he's naive. I guess if the Godfather called you up and said, you got to do this job for me, you just do it without thinking about it?
No.
Good night, man. We're running 99.
Guys.
I was like 10 years old, man.
To me, looks like he's almost under a spell. He truly believed what he was doing was right.
Dutch angle there.
He saw everything that he had built up in his own quiet, humble way destroyed by these people he had never met, whom he had offended.
Yeah. So if it's the problem, we can just cut it out.
Asked me if I knew what Fred did for a living. I said no, and he said he kills people. And that kind of surprised me until he explained exactly what he did.
So maybe you guys can watch
Which
this.
wasn't that he killed people, but he made things that killed people.
Like vaccines. Rise and fall of Fred. Got him.
Yeah. So we got him on the show. He's going to do it. We're just locking him down. I've been trying to get this interview for years. He's been denying me interviews left and right for like 4 years. I finally got him on, and I got him on the hook. I don't know what it is. Maybe the coronavirus set him over the edge.
Man, yeah, so we'll have to ask him what he thinks about that. He's like, I made the coronavirus. Because he's a killer.
Yep. Yeah, Mr. Death is a movie. So if you haven't heard of it, I don't know where you've been living in the last 20 years.
That's some quarantine content for you.
Exactly, yeah. I just FYI, I have not seen this film in probably 10 years, so I'm not exactly sure what's in it.
So where can you see it?
I gotta rewatch it. I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, it's PG-13, so like technically,
this might go way wrong.
What do they call that? This is rated by the by that what's the thing that
PG-13 at 1999 was probably a lot better than PG-13.
I don't know, or if it's worse.
It was. They were still putting out a lot of garbage back then there too, so it's not like we're better than it was. Like those were not the good old days of wholesomeness either. So
yeah. So if you haven't your question on how to kill people, I guess he would be the one you.
So what's that movie called?
Mr. Death, man.
Mr. Death, The Rise and Fall.
How many times do we have to say this on this?
Well, that's how you do it. That's how you push it. Is you say it over and over. But in different contexts.
Never heard of him. Where have you been? This
Okay,
chat.
it's
what
available-
in the world? Why?
Yeah.
Who wants to talk to this guy?
Oh man, it's
What is
available.
wrong with you? Who is this Jake? 12399. Jake.
I don't know. Let's silence him.
Silence him. He needs a timeout.
I'll put him in a
Dude, this
timeout.
guy's awesome.
You know, he's our friend. He goes to church with us.
I know.
I was just to. Okay.
My wife said PG-13 99 was pretty decent.
Nice.
Yeah. It's on YouTube, guys. You can check it out for free.
Jake, I know you're listening. I just timed you out.
Yeah, Jake needs a timeout for that comment.
All right, so Two Done just tagged me for no reason. All right, so Mr. Death, you can see that movie on Amazon.
Yeah, check it out before
It's
we
like
interview
a
him. We
DVD.
might.
You can buy it for $24, like $78. What in the world?
Where?
So these are just buying them used. Can you stream it somewhere?
I don't know, man.
All right,
Look
well-
at the ratings. That's pretty good, huh? Look
28
at that.
ratings.
4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. So Mr. Death, streaming movie streaming. Can you watch it somewhere?
Yeah, you can watch on YouTube right now.
The whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. Netflix. If you're on I don't want to go there. All right, so if you're on Netflix, you can check it out. But watch it.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Well, for whatever reason, Firefox didn't like me going to Netflix, so.
Okay. That's 3.5 Paul.
All right.
Okay,
so-
well, look at that. Look at this.
So you can watch it in
Some people
Spanish
don't know what
with
good
Span-
movies are. Like I said, I haven't seen this in 10 years.
Yeah.
But I really liked it 10 years ago.
Is it a 3-hour movie
Actually,
for real?
99 was like...
It's a good year.
That was 20 years ago. Good night.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are just tuning in and you don't know, about Framing the World, Paul actually makes documentaries, and Paul's made documentaries on fluoride poison on tap. Do you still have What in the World?
Yeah, I only have like 3 copies. That film is now out of print.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't own the copyright to it. G. Edward Griffin actually owns the copyright to it. But he changed his... I don't know, he's not printing anymore. Last time I knew, anyways.
Yeah, so there's a ton of great documentaries, on framingtheworld.com. There's biblical documentaries about like end times prophecy. There's, one of my favorite ones is Marching to Zion. There's New World Order Bible versions and the classic After the Tribulation. I know you probably don't like me bringing that up, but I love that documentary. But yeah, I mean, just in case you guys have never seen any of those movies, I just wanted to bring those up.
So, I bet you he's probably... I want to ask him if he's a little bitter. He's like, don't you... I'm like,
Okay.
don't you think they should be killing more people?
Well,
they
look
really
at this.
don't kill
This
many
is the
people
response
anymore.
he gave me back in 2015 when I asked him for an interview. He said, I'd be happy to talk to you on execution equipment and procedures. This part of my life where I was looking over my shoulder and driving Mossad agents off at gunpoint, having my home firebombed, and generally having my life turned upside down is over. I do not wish to start it over again. I cannot talk for the record. Thank you anyways, Fred. That's what he responded to me back in 2015 when I tried to get an interview with him.
Okay.
And the coronavirus has changed things. He's now wanting to do an interview with me, but his house got firebombed. This guy's a pretty interesting guy. And he's definitely... yeah, it's going to be definitely a great interview. Mr. Death, guys.
Yeah, we're not
coming
going to hit
soon.
him with such hard questions.
No. We got to keep it... He asked us to keep it to specific topics. So we don't have a full access interview.
We'll make it Mossad
We have
friendly.
a censored interview, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe not a family show interview. I'm not sure.
No,
I'll
talk
death
I'll
and
do
stuff. I don't know.
The Bible
how to
talks
kill
about
people.
death.
I know, but it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we know that people die.
Have we lost every person watching at this point?
It's just me, you, Ramon, and Karen Rodriguez at this time.
All right,
because Karen's like, hey, I just want to see if he plugs me again because he's
Karen's like, can we revoke this?
Yeah, Yeah. So, all right, everybody.
Yeah,
well, I
let's
guess
tune
that's
out.
probably enough of
That's
this.
enough. Good night.
So, but we wanted to just let you know if that happens. So, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It was fun to think about potentially that we could have this guy on the show and maybe something to look forward to. So, if we get him on, you'll know Two Done will be will be here as soon as that bell rings. He's gonna be like Quick Draw McGraw up in there. Javier Ramos is in there. Jimbo.
We really appreciate your guys' support, man. Thank you so much.
William Edward Hackman, Pillar and Ground. They'll be there.
Is Jake out of timeout? Can we put him back in timeout? He says he repents. Never mind. You better repent.
No, that's okay. I don't even like.
You are on thin ice, Jake.
He sounds
1,
interesting.
2, 3,
we
9,
had to give him 5 minutes to think about what he said.
Yeah.
That's great. So, all right. Well, if we get him on, you'll be with us, right? And we'll check it out, and we promise not to piss off Mossad.
We don't want any other sponsors. Our house. We just want you. You're our sponsor. Unless you're trying to not take that sponsorship away. You're like, I don't want this sponsorship anymore.
Where is she? Oh. He says, play the KKK Sheets video. Do you know what that is?
No idea. Let's move on. Let's end this thing. People are dying. They're dropping off like flies.
What do all the YouTubers say now? It's like, smash that like button.
Yeah.
2020
Smash
style.
that like button.
Yeah, what is the deal? We have 79 people watching. 79 people are stuck with us. I appreciate that.
That's
But
because
only
they're like using Bluetooth and it's like in the other room.
Yeah, but 71 people give it a thumbs up. Come on, people. Thumbs up this video.
Go share it right now. See if we got 79 people. See if we can get 80.
Yeah, come on. We need 70. We got 73. Have you thumbs up it, Ramon? We need all the help we can get over here.
All right, we got 78 people watching and 79 people watching. Somebody's back and forth.
I appreciate that.
That's because they're like using.
Sorry.
There
yeah,
you go.
mute that. Yeah.
All right. As soon as we get to 79 likes, we'll go.
2 more and then we'll leave. Oh, we got to it. There we go.
We went to 80 people watching.
Oh, 83.
84.
Nice.
All right, we're done.
Yeah,
We're good.
all right, good
Everybody,
night.
thank you very much. That's how you get us off the line here.
They're like, please, thumbs up these people.
Thumb up
so
the
they
video
stop
and we'll
talking.
end it when we get to a certain number. Like, let's get out of here.
Our house, guys. Go over there. Support them. ourhousehomeschooling.com. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And don't forget to go to the Help for the Home and subscribe there. Check out those puppet shows. Like those videos and share them and try to get them a bunch of subs over there as well. So God bless you. Ramon, thanks for being with us tonight.
You're welcome.
Yeah, brother. I appreciate your help, man.
Anytime.
It definitely is not a one-man show here. There's way too many things to do. So it's awesome, and it definitely makes it a lot better show when we have someone that can actually type in a URL.
Okay, so I keep getting Jake is like whenever you type KKK in your chat comment, YouTube hides it.
Yeah, but why is he typing? The real question is, why is he typing KKK into the chat? That is the real question here.
No, it's Jake. He doesn't mean anything by it. Let's see what he's talking about though. How do you do that?
Let's not see what he's talking. Let's just end this stream, bro.
Well, okay. Everybody's leaving anyway. We can't. All right. We're leaving anyway.
Great job, Ramon.
Sorry, Jake. I have to check it out. Text it to me.
Go watch the Help for the Home Christian show. That's a really good show. I actually watched that show.
Yeah.
And like my favorite tagline from like I think it might be episode 1 was when Amy was just like, "Why don't you get your own rocks?" That was hilarious.
Are you the one who does the voices?
Yeah, I think I could substitute. So
that's pretty good.
Well, we can record the audio over here, and we'll just send it to him.
All right, we gave everybody a chance to call in.
Yeah, no one wants to call us.
Because they're using their
like,
phones.
They're like, forget these guys.
They're using their phone so yeah. So yeah, Paul.
Yeah, do you do a 24-hour stream? Yeah.
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 We'll just do it. One of these days, we'll just do it.
We're like sleeping.
That'll be awesome.
All right.
It's possible.
Let's go. Thank you, guys.
You're holding the button.
No, that's it.
You're in charge.
I've exited. It's on a screen.
What?
Bye. Bye, people. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Now play that Christian kid song.
Bye. No songs. No copyright strikes. We're out of here. Bye.